Hi, Aslo Recaps here. Today I'm going to explain computer-animated adventure film called The Sea Beast. Before we get started, I challenge you. You have to click on subscribe and activate notification in less than 5 seconds. You got it? Alright, click the like button too and let's get started. Sea creatures have surfaced to terrorize humans for hundreds of years. The crew of the Inevitable, led by the fabled Captain Crow, his first mate Sarah Sharp, and his adopted son Jacob Holland, is one of the most well-known and successful groups of sailors known as hunters who go out on their ships to pursue the animals across the ocean. The King and Queen of the Crown, who have founded a prestigious society called Three Bridges as a consequence of the hunters' accomplishments throughout the ages, provide financial support for the hunters. Crow promises to appoint Jacob captain once they kill a female sea beast known as the Red Bluster that removed his eye decades previously after nearly being murdered during a hunt. When the crew goes back to Three Bridges to get paid for their most recent catch, the King and Queen inform them that they will soon be replaced by a naval vessel called Imperator under the command of Admiral Hornigold, who believes that the hunters are no longer necessary and will continue to hunt sea creatures in their place. Prior to Jacob suggesting that his men be allowed one more chance to kill the Red Bluster in order to prove their worth, this infuriates Crow and Sarah and almost leads to their incarceration. The Crown announces a competition between the crews of the Imperator and Inevitable, with the winner receiving permission to hunt the sea monsters in their name. The King, Queen, and Hornigold accept. Maisie Brumble, an orphan, has stowed on the ship to join them, having been motivated to do so by her deceased parents. The crew learns after they have departed. After locating the Red Bluster, the Inevitable strikes it. When saving the crew, Jacob reluctantly permits Maisie to break a rope that connects the ship to the Bluster against Crow's orders. This helps the Bluster leave and tosses Jacob and Maisie into the water while also saving the crew. Crow is furious and insists that Jacob bring Maisie to him right away before the Bluster rises from the depths and consumes both Maisie and Jacob whole. Crow is holding both of them at gunpoint. Jacob and Maisie are taken by the Bluster to a remote island where various other monsters live. Maisie learns that the Bluster is benign and befriends her, giving her the name Red. She also befriends a lesser beast, Blue. Jacob first disputes Maisie's claim that the monsters are merely misunderstood creatures. Red is persuaded by Jacob and Maisie to accompany them to Rum Pepper Island so they may book a ship to get back to Three Bridges. Crow goes in search of an elderly businesswoman named Gwen Batterby, believing Jacob to be dead, and she provides Crow with a poison-tipped harpoon potent enough to kill Red. Jacob and Maisie form a bond with Red while riding on his back, and as a result, they learn to share Maisie's conviction that the beasts are good. The Imperator and Hornigold are stationed there when they arrive at Rum Pepper Island. After being shot at by a crew member, Red rushes the ship and accidentally injures Maisie in the struggle. Following the destruction of the Imperator, Jacob briefly prevents Red from killing Hornigold. After being restored to health, Maisie is imprisoned on the Inevitable as it approaches Three Bridges with Red in tow. After Blue has let Maisie free, she understands that all of the anti-sea creature propaganda was produced by the Crown to prolong their power. Before Jacob intervenes, Crow is about to publicly execute Red. Crow and Jacob engage in combat as Maisie and Sarah, who is starting to accept Maisie's interpretation of the creatures, release Red from her restraints. Red is persuaded to spare Crow by Maisie and Jacob, who then expose the Crown's lies. Crow and the rest of the kingdom abandon their beliefs after seeing the creature's submissive behavior. Maisie, Blue, and Jacob start their new lives as a family after Red and the other sea monsters are left on their own. And that was how the movie ended.